This is Neil Schneider for MTBS-TV at SIGGRAPH 2019. To my immediate right is Diego Perluski. He is head of Intel Studios. Welcome to the program, Diego.
Thank you. How are you?
Very good. And this is kind of like a home base for me. I'm surrounded by all kinds of immersive technology.
That's fun, huh? Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So to my immediate left is a Greece augmented reality exhibit. What's going on here?
Well, we did a collaboration with Paramount Pictures really to explore immersive media in Hollywood movies and how that can start becoming a conversation and exploration. We created a 2.5 minute of full dance of the movie song You Are the One That I Want, together with Randall Kleiser.
Only the best song in the movie.
I'm happy you like it. And we created this multi-user experience. People can engage with 3, 5, 6 iPads simultaneously and see the entire show and a musical choreography on a tabletop in AR. So
am I correct? It's volumetric capture of actors and actresses, or is it like digital characters? How would you describe it?
No, it's full volumetric video. So we capture the entire scene in one single shot. It was planned in choreography for about 3-4 weeks. It was planned and tested and rehearsed. And we went to the stage and we captured everything as one single performance take. The way to capture is a bit different when you're creating. It's less a bit where you position the camera, is much more getting the right performance, the right motion between the actors. We had a beautiful shoot day and we post-produced everything into this single experience. So there's no animation, no texturing, no modeling, no simulation, no hair dynamics. Everything is real footage coming from the cameras into this volumetric AR experience.
Now, I know this is a loaded question to ask, but you got all these dancers going in all kinds of directions. They're not like just standing still somewhere. They seem to be choreographed and working together. What are you using to capture that imagery from all kinds of angles in a scenario where people are all dancing in a single room? You know, not to have like cutoffs and clipped images, block cameras. Like, what's the secret sauce there?
Well, it's really taking filmmaking a bit to a theatrical approach. You stop thinking about the composition of a frame. You stop thinking about a scenery that's designed for one direction, but start thinking about it really as a much more immersive crowd that will be able to walk around. And how do you plan a scenery, or how you shoot, taking into consideration that people will be engaged in all over directions. So for us, it's taking it bit and exploratory to, as I said, more theatrical performance, where people and actors are much more engaged and used to work in an open space and less frontal in a specific direction.
Well, okay, but let me ask a question in a different way. I mean, you have to capture from all angles, right? There's no way you can get this capture and be able to move around and see different things unless you had all angles of information.
Yes, yeah, for sure. We have, at Intel Studios, we have a 10,000 square feet Jurassic Dome. The dome is loaded with more than 100 cameras capturing simultaneously at the same time for any and every direction all together. This information enables us to recreate the entire scene as a three-dimensional photography, right? But we're doing this frame by frame, so we get a three-dimensional video, which is a volumetric video that can really walk around. There's no other way in terms of capturing this performance and getting this into the AR experiences, and this is what we're exploring, and very excited about the possibilities.
Good stuff. Now, the second experience I tried out, I got to dance with Reggie Watts. What's the story there?
Well, Reggie's...
Mind you, that is a story, isn't it?
That's a story. Reggie's a great creative, and we did a collaboration with him also exploring where we can take volumetric video on music dancings and music videos. The approach for us there was less to be realistic, as we're taking the footage on Greece directly from the camera into the experience, but work one more with effects. What does it mean to make effects for volumetric video? How can we more expressive with the visuals and graphics driven from this new type of media? Reggie Watts was amazing, and I hope you like the experience. It's a really musical disco on a Teletubbies theme world, you know.
Well, I like the experience. I just hope Reggie Watts can tolerate my horrible dancing.
I'm sure Reggie enjoys you dancing if he see you.
Actually, I hope he doesn't get the telemetry from my dancing, and Reggie Watts, he'll use it against me. So where does Intel want to go with this? Like, why is all this so important?
Well, I think when we look at the next generation of content, immersive experiences, media, there's a huge demand of what we call the big data problem or the big data challenge. How do we address high data bandwidth compute? How we address high data bandwidth memory, storage, parallelization of processes, all of this to start creating these new immersive experiences. From Intel perspective, we're developing the next generation of memory, CPU, GPU, and looking at now not just at a single component, but an entire pipeline of content creation and trying to understand how do we optimize that entire pipeline, what elements we need to set together in order to create a very unified solution for this big data challenge issue, and at the same time enabling creators and possibilities for new storytelling and looking into the future.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is Neil Schneider for MTBS-TV at SIGGRAPH 2019. We will, of course, be back with more. Thank you for watching.